He had been planning to commit me since the day of the funeral. I held the papers and felt the weight of his envy. It was a heavy burden. The morning light began to bleed through the heavy curtains. I walked out to the carriage house to check on my damaged art. The slashed portrait of my grandfather sat on the easel, a ruin of canvas and red paint. I didn't feel like fixing it anymore. I saw the beauty in the scars. It was a record of the war I had won. I picked up a brush, but I didn't paint. I simply sat in the morning silence. A car pulled into the gravel driveway, breaking my peace. It wasn't the police or my lawyer. A woman stepped out, looking bruised and carrying a small suitcase. She said she had heard about the sanctuary through the grapevine. I realized the news of my victory had already traveled. The work was starting sooner than I expected. I stood up and opened the door for her. My family was gone, but the house was finally becoming a home. I guided the woman toward the sunlit kitchen of the carriage house. Her eyes were wide, taking in the splattered, red paint on the studio walls. She flinched at the sight of the ruined portrait on the easel. I realized then that my sanctuary was still a crime scene. I needed to scrub the rot away before I could help anyone else. We sat in silence as the kettle began to whistle. The sound was sharp and piercing. Sarah called an hour later with news from the county jail. My father had suffered a minor heart event during the booking process. The guilt was a physical weight he couldn't carry.